Have you ever poured yourself a glass of milk in the morning and thought, I'm doing the right thing for my health? For decades, milk has been praised as strong for the bones and good for growth. But here's the hidden truth that very few men over 60 ever hear. The milk you choose each day could be quietly lowering your testosterone, clogging the very blood vessels that should carry strength to your manhood, and draining away the vitality that once felt natural. I know that sounds dramatic, but the research is clear. Certain popular milks, even the ones labeled healthy, may actually set you up for weaker erections, lower drive, and fading confidence. And the most surprising part? These milks are probably sitting in your fridge right now, but I don't want you to panic. Because just as the wrong milks can silently sabotage your manhood, the right ones can do the opposite. They can support your testosterone, improve circulation down there, ease prostate strain, and even restore the energy and intimacy you thought age had stolen. That's why today I want to show you both sides, the 4 milks men over 60 should never drink, and the 4 far better choices that can help you keep your masculinity alive and well. Now, before we begin, I want you to remember something important. This isn't about guilt. It isn't about punishing yourself for the foods you used to love. It's about knowledge. It's about giving your body the chance to work with you, not against you. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll discover one milk that hardly anyone talks about, but could be a quiet game changer for your testosterone and stamina. So let's start with the first one. Whole milk, the silent manhood thief. For many men, whole milk carries nostalgia. It reminds you of childhood breakfasts, warm kitchens, and simpler times. But past 60, that glass of creamy comfort can be a hidden trap. Whole milk is loaded with saturated fat. Just 1 cup carries over 4.5 grams. That may not sound like much, but in an older body with slower metabolism and stiffer arteries, it's more than enough to push up LDL cholesterol, the kind that narrows blood vessels. And when blood vessels narrow, it's not just your heart that suffers, it's also your erections. You see, an erection is nothing more than healthy blood flow. When the highways that carry blood to your manhood become blocked, strength fades. I've spoken with men like George, 67, who told me he thought his fading performance was just age. But when we looked closer, his daily habit of whole milk was quietly adding pressure. His arteries were struggling, his circulation was slowed, and the first place it showed wasn't his chest, it was in the bedroom. He couldn't understand why he felt breathless after short walks, why fatigue crept in after dinner, and why intimacy felt like a battle. But the truth was right there in his glass. Whole milk didn't announce itself with a loud warning. It just quietly eroded his foundation, 1 cup at a time. The danger doesn't stop with circulation. Whole milk is calorie heavy. For men already fighting muscle loss after 60, those extra calories turn into weight around the middle, placing more pressure on the pelvic floor, worsening insulin resistance, and further draining testosterone. And if you've ever felt bloated, sluggish, or gassy after milk, you may be part of the majority of older men who develop lactose intolerance without realizing it. That discomfort doesn't just upset your stomach, it lowers your energy and dampens your desire. So what's the takeaway? Whole milk might look innocent, but after 60, it's a slow-moving thief of your manhood. It's time to retire this habit and replace it with something better, because the next milk we need to talk about hides behind sweetness, but does even more damage. Sweetened condensed milk, the sugary trap that strangles testosterone. It's thick, it's sweet, and for many men, it's the flavor of family memories, poured over desserts, stirred into coffee, baked into recipes passed down for generations. But inside that sweetness hides a dangerous truth. Just 1 tablespoon packs around 10 grams of sugar. And let's be honest, nobody uses just 1 spoon. That sugar bomb doesn't just spike your blood, it sabotages your manhood. Here's why. Excess sugar spikes insulin, lowering testosterone. Over time, it fuels memory loss and drains vitality. Think about the last time you felt foggy, couldn't find your glasses, or struggled to stay awake after a meal. These aren't just senior moments. They may be early signs that sugar, especially from condensed milk, is hijacking your brain and your masculinity. Men like Harold, 71, tell me they feel frustrated, asking, "Why do I feel heavy, sluggish, and unmotivated after something so small?" The answer lies in sugar's ability to inflame the entire system. That daily indulgence isn't harmless. It's a direct attack on your testosterone, your circulation, and your energy. So here's the bottom line. Yes, condensed milk is nostalgic. Yes, it's delicious. But after 60, it's a daily danger your manhood cannot afford. Still with me? Good. Because next we need to tackle a milk that sounds healthy, looks harmless, but may be quietly stripping your strength from the inside out. Rice milk, the weak link hiding behind a healthy label. Rice milk is plant-based, dairy-free, and seems like the perfect alternative for men who can't digest lactose. But don't let appearances fool you. Rice milk is nutritionally empty. It's mostly water and processed rice, delivering less than 1 gram of protein per cup. And if there's one thing every man over 60 needs more of, it's protein. Without enough protein, muscles shrink and testosterone drops because hormones depend on muscle and stable metabolism. But the danger of rice milk goes beyond weakness. Rice absorbs arsenic from the soil. In milk form, that toxin enters sip by sip. Over time, it burdens your kidneys, strains your liver, and even pressures your prostate. Studies link long-term arsenic exposure to higher risks of cancers, hormone disruption, and cardiovascular decline. And remember, erections are an early warning sign of cardiovascular health. When toxins inflame your system, your manhood is often the first to pay the price. And let's not forget the sugar spike. Rice milk has a high glycemic index, meaning it pushes blood sugar up fast. For men managing pre-diabetes or diabetes, that roller coaster destroys stable energy and lowers testosterone further. If you've ever felt moody, drained, or noticed your desire vanish after meals, your blood sugar could be the hidden reason. Rice milk only adds fuel to that fire. So, while rice milk looks gentle, it's often the worst investment for men over 60 who want to keep their strength, their energy, and their masculinity intact. But we're not finished, because the last milk you should avoid might surprise you the most. It's marketed as healthy. It often comes in fancy packaging with labels like plant-based, fortified, or natural. Yet inside, it's loaded with hidden sugars, thickeners, and hormone-disrupting additives. Flavored milks, whether chocolate almond, vanilla oat, or sweetened coconut, are the silent hormone wreckers. Each cup can contain 10 to 15 grams of added sugar, as much as a soda. For a man over 60, that's enough to send blood sugar soaring, trigger fatigue, and chip away at testosterone day after day. But sugar isn't the only problem. Many flavored milks use emulsifiers and gums that irritate the gut, cause inflammation, and interfere with hormone regulation. Some even contain synthetic vitamins your body struggles to absorb, making fortified little more than a marketing trick. Walter, a 75-year-old patient of mine, once told me he drank vanilla oat milk every night because it felt healthy. Yet he couldn't understand why his energy was gone, why intimacy had faded, why sleep was restless. When we removed that flavored milk and replaced it with cleaner alternatives, his energy began to rise, his mood lifted, and within weeks, his desire returned. So let me be clear, flavored milks may taste like a treat, but for your testosterone, they're sabotage in disguise. Now you know the 4 worst offenders, the milks that kill testosterone, block blood flow, and quietly steal your manhood after 60. But here's the good news. The story doesn't end there. Because next, I'll show you the 4 milks that do the opposite. Protect your testosterone, support your prostate, fuel your energy, and restore the intimacy that makes life worth living. So now that you know the 4 milks that silently chip away at testosterone, let's turn the page. Because the truth is, not every milk is an enemy. In fact, the right choices can become powerful allies, supporting your hormones, protecting your prostate, and fueling your intimate strength long after 60. And the first one might surprise you: fermented soy milk. I know what you may be thinking. Soy has a reputation for being too feminine, for lowering testosterone. But here's the real story. When soy is fermented, its compounds change. The process makes the protein complete, containing all 9 essential amino acids your muscles and hormones rely on. Remember, testosterone isn't built in isolation. It needs strong muscle tissue, healthy protein balance, and stable metabolism to stay active. Fermented soy milk gives your body the raw materials it needs to keep building. And there's more. Fermentation adds probiotics, good bacteria that restore your gut health. Why does that matter for testosterone? Because gut imbalance raises cortisol, the stress hormone that blocks testosterone. By calming the gut, fermented soy milk lowers stress signals, creating an environment where your manhood can thrive again. And let's not forget, soy contains gentle plant compounds that help balance hormones and protect your prostate. For men like David, age 69, adding fermented soy milk was a turning point. Within weeks, his bloating eased, his energy rose, and he told me almost shyly that his desire for intimacy felt like it had come back from the dead. Next is unsweetened almond milk, a quiet but powerful protector of testosterone. At first glance, almond milk looks too light, too thin to make any real difference. But don't be fooled. Unsweetened almond milk is loaded with vitamin E, one of the most important antioxidants for sexual health. Vitamin E reduces oxidative stress, which otherwise damages testosterone-producing cells in the testes. It also protects blood vessels, ensuring strong, steady circulation to your manhood. And because almond milk is naturally low in calories and sugar, it helps keep weight down. That's critical because belly fat after 60 produces estrogen, the rival hormone that directly lowers testosterone. Frank, a 72-year-old man I worked with, had been struggling with low energy, restless sleep, and fading performance. He switched his daily creamer to unsweetened almond milk. Within a month, he noticed clearer focus, lighter mornings, and more consistent desire. His words to me were simple but powerful. It feels like my body isn't fighting me anymore. That's the hidden strength of almond milk. But maybe you're looking for something even more comforting, something that supports your bones, calms your body, and helps you rest. That's where calcium-fortified oat milk comes in. For men over 60, bone health isn't just about avoiding fractures. Strong bones support posture, pelvic stability, and even the confidence that underpins intimacy. Oat milk fortified with calcium and vitamin D helps maintain that strength. But beyond the bones, oat milk contains beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that reduces cholesterol and improves blood flow. Remember, blood flow is the foundation of erections. Clean arteries mean stronger, more reliable performance. And here's a little-known secret. A warm glass of oat milk before bed can help you sleep deeper. Good sleep is one of the most overlooked testosterone boosters. Most of your testosterone is produced at night during deep rest. If you're tossing, turning, or waking up to use the bathroom, your levels never recover. By calming your nervous system, oat milk quietly prepares your body to recharge your manhood while you sleep. Alan, age 68, used to wake up exhausted, blaming age. But when he swapped his evening drink for oat milk, he began sleeping through the night. Soon after, his energy and drive followed. Finally, let's talk about the most underrated of them all. Flax milk. Light, creamy, and almost forgotten on grocery shelves. Flax milk may be one of the best-kept secrets for men's health after 60. It's packed with omega-3 fatty acids, powerful compounds that fight inflammation, protect blood vessels, and keep hormone production steady. Chronic inflammation is one of the fastest ways testosterone gets drained. By lowering inflammation, flax milk creates space for your hormones to rise again. But flax milk does even more. Omega-3s improve brain function, mood, and joint comfort. For a man, that means not only more energy in the bedroom, but also more confidence in everyday life. Less stiffness, less irritability, more presence with your partner. Walter, 74, once told me he felt like his spark was gone. He was stiff, low, disconnected. When he added flax milk into his daily routine, his joints loosened, his mood lifted, and yes, his performance improved. He said, "It feels like life is flowing again." So let's bring everything together. After 60, every choice carries more weight. Something as simple as the milk you pour into your coffee or mix into your cereal can either drain your testosterone or build it back. Whole milk, condensed milk, rice milk, and flavored milks quietly weaken circulation, inflame your body, and chip away at your manhood. But fermented soy milk, unsweetened almond milk, calcium-fortified oat milk, and flax milk can protect your testosterone, restore your energy, and reignite the intimacy that keeps life rich and meaningful. This isn't about restriction. It's about renewal. It's about giving your body the fuel it deserves to keep you strong, confident, and connected. And the best part? You don't need to overhaul your life. Just swap one bad milk for a better one, starting tomorrow morning. Your future self will thank you, not just with stronger health, but with stronger mornings, stronger intimacy, and stronger confidence. I want you to remember this. Aging doesn't mean fading. It means adapting. And when you adapt with wisdom, when you choose foods that support rather than sabotage, you don't just extend your years, you expand the life within those years. Remember, your masculinity isn't lost with age. It's protected by the choices you make today. This is Dr. Maya Kapoor, and I'd love to hear from you. Which milk are you planning to switch to first? Comment below with the word strong if you're making the change today. If this message resonated, please click like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might need to hear it. Because growing older doesn't mean losing your masculinity. It means getting smarter about protecting it. Here's to stronger testosterone, deeper connection, and a better tomorrow.